6ix9ine just ended Big Bank's career. He's just destroyed him in an interview. Now, I did see some clips from the interview when the interview first dropped. So we gonna react to it with 1090 Jake and kind of see exactly what's going on and give our perspective, no pun intended, on the whole situation. Do your homework on the situation.
How do they got an opinion on
in that? I think it's BS.
Why do they got an opinion on my life, my case, not being from New York or having anything to do with my case? You know what I mean?
In the same rap though.
Yeah. So I'm not.
He just proved my point. 6ix9ine said, why are they speaking on me and they're not from my city? Bank said, well, because y'all are.
So the reason he said that is because Big Bank started the interview. The first question Big Bank said, the first thing he asked 6ix9ine was, why do you wake up with other niggas on your mind? And so 6ix9ine said, well, why do they speak on me? And Big Bank said, because y'all in the same rap. Y'all rap together. Y'all in the same like rap community. Y'all all rappers. Exactly. So that's why 6ix9ine speaks on them. You know what I'm saying? Because they speak on him, he speak back on them. You know what I'm saying? But this is a lot of things that happens in our community where it's a lot of picking and choosing. It's a lot of picking and choosing, bro. You know what I'm saying? And everybody is gonna have an opinion on anything. I think everybody is entitled to their own opinion. You don't have to like my opinion. I don't have to like your opinion. You know what I'm saying? But when it gets to like trying to be like have real problems because we got a difference of opinion, that's when you lost me with that.
Rappers, okay, so then why can't 6ix9ine speak on them?
Right.
It's the same shit.
In the same rap, so they can and I can't.
And then here's another thing, like I don't like when people get mad at people for speaking on public knowledge. Like, you know, if everybody knows, if it's on the news, if it's on all the blogs, if it's on all that, and I have an opinion on it, I can speak my opinion, bro. And just because you don't like my opinion doesn't mean that I have to shut up now and I can't say nothing now because you don't like my opinion. That's not how the world works, bro. Y'all
get it? So it's not like me waking up and saying why I'm waking up with on my mind. They mention me first. So like when I got the right to defend myself, or is only like a one-sided thing?
You just overdo it to me. You know, I'm gonna keep it a break, but you just overdo it.
All right, so there's rules to like levels now. I never mentioned 21 Savage, but this is what you had to say on the Big Bang Show.
So one of the first contradictions that 6ix9ine will point out is
see 6ix9ine. The reason I rock with 6ix9ine is because 6ix9ine come with them receipts. You feel me? It's some things I didn't like about 6ix9ine, but that's whatever. It's gonna be things I don't like about everybody. But he come with receipts, and like his shit is Facts TV. And he always come with facts.
Big Bang that he did with 21 Savage, because apparently 6ix9ine never mentioned 21 Savage, but Savage brought him up in the interview and he responded, which is 6ix9ine's point.
Right.
How do I wake up with people on my mind when they
I'll
talk
wake up
about
and they
me
talk
and all
about
I
me.
do is react? And Bank would say, yeah, but you do too much. You react too much.
So see how it's always, yeah, but...
And 6ix9ine would come back with, there's a fucking limit to how much I can defend myself.
Right.
And it's just like, I'll be honest with you. I think Bank...
It's like if somebody punch you in the face and you pull a knife out and stab them, I'm not going to blame you. At the end of the day, I'm not going to say, oh, you took it too far. You did too much. No, I'm defending myself. I'm going to do whatever. It's not supposed to be no fair fight. I don't have to think about your feelings if you came for me or you did something to me first. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you're enjoying the video, but by the time I was 23, I made $1 million off of YouTube. I'm teaching everybody how to do it. I'm teaching you how to develop your own character, how to upload, how to edit, how the YouTube algorithm works. Every secret that you need to actually be successful on YouTube. I'm not talking about no BS. Oh, you better post at 4 o'clock and then 3 o'clock and then clap your hands twice and hit you. No, none of that. If you want a real step-by-step, real guide for a low price ski, for me to actually teach you how to become a YouTuber and create multiple channels and make millions of dollars from it, click the link in the description. It's only $150, but you can get 20% off right now if you use the code MACMULA. So use the code MACMULA when you check out, or you can get it for $120 instead of $150. $150 will change your life. So you need to just click the link in the description and just change your life, bro. It's literally That simple. I'm guiding you through it. Even a toddler can follow them steps and get $1 million off of it. So what the fuck are you waiting for? If you, as long as it's the same level. Now, if I say something, if I say, oh, that nigga music whack, and you try to shoot me over it, then you got a point. That's going too far. But if you say something and then I say something back, or if you swing on me and I swing back, like, I don't think nobody should ever have a problem with that at all.
Realized early on that he is talking to somebody that's going to pick apart every single contradiction, and Bank is gonna look somewhat like a hater because you're not gonna see him agree with 6ix9ine based on the fact that obviously 21 Savage is his boy. So is a lot of these Atlanta rappers, and he's just not going to allow himself to agree with 6ix9ine no matter how much 6ix9ine is making sense.
21 Savage in the United States right now.
What do you mean?
How's he here?
I don't. What do you mean? What's your point?
He's not from here. He's the facade.
That don't make you no facade because you're not from America.
All right, so watch this.
But what's this gonna prove though? Like what's this gonna prove? That's what I'm saying. Like what is this gonna prove though? What you saying?
Now the fact that 6ix9ine has a whole PowerPoint presentation for this interview is hilarious, right? And what he's showing on the screen, and basically what he's saying is, you know, y'all are saying that I'm a facade, that I'm not real. I'm really from New York City. I really grew up in this. And he's saying 21 Savage is from the UK. Bank is, well, what does that prove? How is he even in the US? And now 6ix9ine is pointing out that 21 Savage has a U visa. A U visa, for those that don't know, is basically a way for immigrants to stay in the country if they've been a victim of a violent crime in the US. It's kind of like, hey, you came here visiting and got shot and we feel bad, so we're gonna let you stay here.
That's crazy.
As an apology. We're not gonna give you money, but we'll let you stay here. Like, our bad.
That's insane. I didn't know that.
It's kind of crazy over here, but our bad. Now, this is the Department of Homeland Security, U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services website. And it would break down victims of criminal activity, U non-immigrant status. The U non-immigrant status U visa is set aside for victims of certain crimes who have suffered mental or physical abuse.
I don't really care about that, I'm gonna be honest with you.
How is he in the United States right now? And are helpful to law enforcement in investigation or prosecution of that criminal activity. This is a fact, though.
But what they got to do with anything, though? I'm saying, what are you saying? What's the point, though? What's the point?
Now, all that right there. But what that got to do with anything, though? I'm saying, though, what's the point, though? He just showed you that your homie has a U visa, and the definition of a U visa is
means
saying,
you cooperated.
And I'm going to read it while we talk about this. When the victim is helpful to law enforcement in the investigation or prosecution of that criminal activity, which would be the violent crime that makes them able to get a U visa.
Right.
And Bank's response was, I don't know what that is. I never heard of it. What does that mean, though? What are you trying to say? He's telling you what he's trying to say.
He already
just
told you, right?
Processing it.
You saying he was a victim?
I mean, a
lot of people be victims who have suffered from certain crimes,
okay,
basically,
now,
right?
but don't finish there.
Yeah. Finish
This
the
is
rest
the key
of
word
it.
right here. Read that slowly for me.
He don't want to read it.
Now read it out loud. Let people
Physical abuse or
physical abuse, mental or physical abuse,
and
are helpful to law enforcement in the investigation of. What you gonna ignore that? That's what he got right now.
Look at him. He just said he don't want to read it. He don't want to read the rest of the definition of a U visa because it makes his homie look bad. And this is the contradiction 6ix9ine's pointing out.
And that's the contradiction where it's like, you know, like, I just don't understand why people, especially in the black community, why is your main concern about somebody in life if they cooperated with the police? Like, nigga, you supposed to cooperate with the police, bro. You understand what I'm saying? If All-Star JR would have cooperated with the police, he wouldn't be in jail. You feel me? Like, you're supposed to cooperate with the police. That's what you're supposed to do as a citizen. You're supposed to be a law-abiding citizen who doesn't break the law, who goes to work every day and comes home. That doesn't make you a lame. That doesn't make you a goofy. That doesn't make you a square. That doesn't make you corny. That makes you a man. You go to work every day. You come home. You pay the bills. You take care of your wife, your girlfriend, your kids, whoever it is, your grandma, your mama, whoever it is. You take care of your people. You know what I'm saying? As a man, you take care of your family, and you go to fucking sleep. You wake up and you do it all over again. You know what I'm saying? That's what is supposed to go on. And if something happens down the street from your community, if something happens down the street from your house, if somebody robbed the person down the street, if somebody killed your neighbor and you seen it, you're supposed to pick up the phone and say, "Hey, I seen who did it. I want to give a statement. I want to give a statement." And you shouldn't be so scared about what other people are going to think. Then to the point where you're not trying to serve your community. That's weird to me.
The man read the whole top half of the paragraph. We know Bank can read. He ain't stupid. And he refused to read the rest of that paragraph because he will not accept anything that makes his people look bad. And this is the whole reason 6ix9ine wanted to have this sit down to point out these contradictions in real time.
Like, you can't even talk about these niggas, bro. I don't want to talk. I'm trying to ask you questions.
Nah, but I know, Bank, but listen to me. I know it's hard to believe. I know it's like tough. I know it's like, damn, like I don't want now looking into this shit. 21 Savage here on a U visa. Y'all is not like that. They not.
You think you like that though?
No.
Next.
Yeah, you know why?
Why?
I don't.
Because I'm the only that did what I did, right? Sat on that stand and came out and wore it.
Yeah.
I came out and
Is
said,
you really wearing it though?
There's no way that 6ix9ine isn't wearing it. I mean, I remember when he first came home and like TMZ or whoever walking up to him and like, yo, how does it feel to have ratted or investigated or whoever? It might have been just like a random fan that asked him. He was like, oh, I feel like Batman, you know, putting away bad people and shit. He's always worn it.
Yeah.
And that's the difference between him and a lot of other rappers. A lot of these other rappers will deny.
And that's the only thing, and that's the only problem. Like, if more people would just be like, hey, man, listen. Shit, nigga, I was scared. I wasn't finna go to jail for them niggas. I told on them. I don't care. I think everybody should do the same thing I did. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if you just own up to something, bro, it's just like, for example, like somebody being on the down low. Like, don't nobody really care that you gay, bro. But when you start being on the down low, it's like, now it's like, okay, bro, just say you gay, bro. Everybody already know. So it don't make no sense for you to pretend like we don't know.
To this day, that what they did was snitching versus he flat out said it and he knew there's nothing I can do to change people's minds. I'm just gonna embrace this shit.
Exactly.
But then he weaponized it and said, okay, if y'all are gonna come down on me this hard for being a rapper that snitched, I'm gonna point out all of these other rappers that snitched and let's see if y'all pick and choose, which they did.
Of course.
6ix9ine's lasted long enough to point out the contradictions of hip-hop picking their favorite rats to the point now that he's making a comeback because it doesn't make any sense to hold the shit against him when all these other rappers have gotten passes. And these are the most gangster rappers that we can think of.
Right.
So it's like, damn, he's proving his point.
Yeah. So it's like if 6ix9ine goes and cooperates on the stand, he comes home and everybody is just, he's the butt of every joke. Everybody is just attacking him. Rat this, rat cat. Please do not play that little boy in the club because we do not listen to rats. All that, right? And then it's like, okay. And then he sits back and realizes like, wait, all of y'all did the same thing I did. Why everybody attacking me so much? You know he did it, right? He did. Oh, but it's different with him though because
if you make your point 100% on this podcast and everybody be like, you know what, he right.
I'm right. You know what they gonna say in the comments? Yo, damn, it's the right message, wrong message. Bank, you're not hearing him though. I'm telling you what they gonna say.
No, I get what you're saying.
That's exactly what they're gonna say. The reason they're gonna say that is because nobody wants to side with 6ix9ine.
Right, for whatever reason.
100%. That's the reason that they're gonna say that. And a lot of these people don't want to do that because they feel like it'll have an effect on their career because he was essentially blackballed when in reality he really hasn't been
blackball. You can't blackball
You know what I'm
somebody
saying?
no
It's
more,
just
bro.
like the Gunna situation, which is why he's going to bring up the tweet in the background right here from 21 Savage, adding Gunna and Young Thug, who both have some serious allegations.
Gunna, Young Thug, y'all fix that shit. Y'all love each other. You knew Gunna wasn't no gangster when he told the first time. When he told the first time. And we swept that under the rug for you. We swept that under the rug for you. You know he wasn't trying to leave you to hang fuck the streets. So why couldn't it be fuck the streets when I did what I did?
And then the fact that he turned around, he turned around from that tweet and that F the streets movement, the fact that he turned around is the reason why we can't, as black people, we can't move forward. You know what I'm saying? That's why we can't move forward as a race, because he literally can't. I shouldn't have said fuck the streets. I should have said save the streets. No, nigga, fuck the streets. Fuck them. Fuck going to jail. Fuck getting killed. Fuck shooting people. Fuck robbing people. Fuck being broke. Fuck being raised in the projects. Fuck being raised by a single mama. Fuck having a mama that's on crack and a daddy that's on heroin. Like, fuck everything that come with the streets is just negativity, bro. So why you have to? But he felt that pressure by all his people around him, and he couldn't stand on his own 2 feet and say, man, this is how I feel. If y'all don't like it, y'all can stop talking to me. Y'all can stop kicking it with me. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't do that.
Did me dirty, but trying to sweep y'all rat under the rug.
Right.
So you want to be accepted by basically.
No.
I don't want to be accepted.
So that's the thing, right? It's a deflection. What
See?
Big Bang did right there
yeah, that was
deflect.
deflecting. Yeah.
6ix9ine asked him, here's a clear example of everyone knowing Gunna snitched, and 6ix9ine telling Thug, look, we knew Gunna snitched and wasn't like that when he snitched the first time. So 6ix9ine is saying, if it can be fuck the streets for Gunna, why wasn't it fuck the streets for me? And instead of Bank being like, you know what, that makes sense.
Right.
Or you know what,
All you
yeah,
gotta
Gunna
do,
should
like,
have been
that
put in
makes
the
sense.
same boat. He's saying, oh, you just want to be accepted like Gunna. No, he's asking,
What's the difference?
why wasn't the same energy held when it was your
What's the
people
difference?
instead of me?
Right.
And I feel like it's easier to pick on who you view as the outsider or the weaker person than it is to politic on your own people.
Right.
Because alienating Gunna, who is still highly successful, if not the most successful person in this
Out of
conversation,
Atlanta, for sure.
it's gonna be a whole lot harder to do than it is alienating.
And that's
6ix9ine.
that's one thing people don't want
right?
to talk about. That Gunna is the biggest rapper and the most successful rapper out of Atlanta at this moment right now. You can't really say he's like, okay, you can say Future, but Future ain't dropping. Future ain't been dropping lately. Young Thug, his rap, ain't nobody listening to that shit no more. I'm gonna be honest with you. You feel me? So Gunna is overly massively successful. And it goes to show that one thing I've learned, and I had to learn after growing up, is that most of the world, we don't care about who snitched, who killed who, you know what I'm saying, who robbed who, how many bodies this person got, how gang. We don't care about that, bro. We just want to hear good music. You know what I'm saying? We just want to hear good music. We want to play it when we drive in the car, when we taking our girls on dates. You know what I'm saying? Most people don't live their life behind street morals and principles. We just don't. You know what I'm saying? Most people don't. Most people try to. Those are followers. Most people who try to live their life like that, they're followers, bro. They're just followers, or they're losers. They jailbirds. You know what I'm saying? And you got to understand that, bro. Most 99% of people who get on YouTube or get on Apple Music and turn on they shit to listen to somebody talk or listen to a song, we don't care about how many snitches, if you snitched or if you didn't snitch. Like, when you go to a job interview, they don't ask you how many bodies you have. When you apply for a car loan, they don't ask you if you snitched before. When you go to buy a house, they like the real world, nobody cares for real, bro. And it's kind of weird to me that other people care so much. It's always
And when
weird.
you make that move against Gunna, you're taking a hit on your career. So this is the thing. Realistically speaking, a lot of people feel like they would take a hit on their career if they side with 6ix9ine. A lot more people feel like they would take a hit on their career if they side against Gunna.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Right.
That's why a lot of people never really wanted to say nothing.
Yeah.
And then the whole fuck the streets and we should all get together. Yeah, because Gunna, that shit didn't affect him. So now y'all want features and to come back so everybody can keep making money and acting like shit didn't happen.
Yeah.
Now that was the video of Gunna literally snitching on CNN, Crime Stoppers, whatever.
Let police do their job.
Hold up, hold
on, babe. My bad.
Hold.
He said, my bad.
Bro, you can stop hitting that bullshit, bro. That DJ just walked nothing down, bro. You just showed the video.
Hold up. You said Gunna didn't tell the first.
He's got a button that says, I walk shit down. But again, Big Bank is not gonna agree with him at any point in time in this conversation because he cannot feel like he let 6ix9ine get a win in this.
Yeah,
he's not gonna.
He don't want to come back to Atlanta and Atlanta be like, boy, you let that nigga probably because he still hangs out with niggas from the streets who still have these street morals and these street principles. The first thing you have to do when you grow up in the hood and you want to evolve as a man, you have to stop hanging out with people who still think like streets. You got to start hanging out with lawyers and doctors and philanthropists and accountants and construction workers. You know what I'm saying? Family men. You got to start hanging out with them because they always tell y'all like you are the 5 people you hang around. So if you hang around 5 niggas who got street morals, you're going to be the 6th one that got the street morals. So Big Bang doesn't want to come back to Atlanta and feel like he failed Atlanta, the streets of Atlanta, because most of Atlanta don't give a fuck. But the streets of Atlanta do. He doesn't want to come back to those same streets and smoke those same blunts with them same people, and they looking at him kind of different now because he's agreeing with a quote-unquote snitch.
The 6ix9ine can show him flat out, look, the man's on TV snitching. And Banks can be like, but hold on, you doing too much. Like, what the fuck?
Hey, that's telling?
All right.
I'm asking you saying, is that telling?
Can I explain myself?
That's a yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, and let me
You want to see how?
Yeah, go ahead.
You police? Why are you painting a picture for it? It's the streets.
What'd he say? He said somebody's name?
Oh my
I'm
God.
asking a question.
He don't have to say nobody's name.
I'm asking you a question.
Yo, hold on. Just listen.
That nigga some bullshit.
Look.
So again, deflecting. Now it doesn't matter if he identified what he was wearing. Did he say his name? It's just every excuse in the book. And honestly, I wonder if Big Bank was thinking to himself, maybe I shouldn't have done this.
For sure.
Because now I'm looking some type of way for just coming up with excuses for everybody. He didn't say a name, but he identified what the shooter was wearing. Like that's not snitching. It doesn't count. Right. You know what I mean? And this is exactly what 6ix9ine wanted. Apparently 6ix9ine paid him to be on his platform instead of the other way around.
Oh, really?
This is exactly what 6ix9ine wanted. He wanted somebody highly respected that sides with all of these guys to come through and try to defend them while he points out every flaw in thetheir argument to their face.
Right.
Red. The pictures claims Ben and Carter were both wearing red.
Ben and Carter were both wearing red.
No,
oh my God, he says
He's
the
still
name.
saying no?
That ain't what he said.
That ain't what he said.
That what he said?
The pictures claims Ben and Carter were both wearing red.
Kitchen's claim. Let me hear it again.
Yeah.
It's crazy, bro. Come on, Bank. Come on, Bank. And the reason why it's so disappointing for me as Bank, because at Big Bank was one of them people to me who represented like growth and represented like, man, that nigga Big Bank, we know, everybody know he used to be fucking shoulder high in the streets. You know what I'm saying? And he represented growth for me because you could tell over time his perspective of life, it changed more and more and more and more and more. But what happens, what I noticed, what happens with a lot of people who like was as deep in the streets as him, is that they just, for some reason, it's like they can't let it go. You know what I'm saying? They just can't 100% let it go. And this is something that I wasn't nowhere near, but it's like, I think most people weren't as deep in the streets as Big Bank was once upon a time. So I don't know like exactly like, you know, how his mind works, but it just seemed like people like him just can't let it go. And I don't know if that's for acceptance. I don't know if it's because they don't want to I don't know.
He said that ain't what he said, and he plays it again. He's Ben and Carter.
But the police said it. Gunna ain't say that.
Oh man,
it said Kitchens.
that you watching this in real time.
I'm just asking a question, my nigga. I'm not here to defend no nigga, bro. Whoever wrong, they.
Man, it's saying that Gunna said Ben and Carter were both wearing red. He said, but he ain't say that. The police. This shit just, you know, it writes itself.
Yeah, for sure.
And this is why you have so many people that were never in the streets that are like, yeah, the streets is washed. And you have a lot of people that were in the streets and they're like, I'm getting far away from this shit.
Right.
Because the rules are different. I don't think I'm able to be like, oh yeah, I come from the, no, I don't come from the 90s. I was born in the 90s. I have no idea what life was like in the 90s, the 80s, the 70s. I don't have any idea what the streets were like in the early 2000s.
Right.
I wasn't in it, you know. I started wilding out like really like 08, 09, you know, maybe 07 at the earliest. I was like 13. Yeah. But I don't have an idea of what anything was like before that. When the shit was supposed to be real and people would actually get whacked for snitching. Like I never experienced that. I never saw that. If I'm being honest, I never saw that. And to see somebody like Big Bank, who was alive and in the streets back then and doing his thing back then,
right,
letting this shit go like it ain't nothing. It just goes to show you the generation shit doesn't really matter. It's just it's always been picking and choosing.
It's just old, man.
It's always been.
It's old.
Nah, he didn't say it. It was the, you know, it was the reporter or the police said it. You know, even with the Larry Hoover situation, the newspaper said Hoover identified the people that shot him.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Oh, Hoover didn't say it. The news said it. The news is lying. The news, it's whatever excuse can be brought up. Same thing with Gucci Mane. They said, oh, Gucci Mane didn't snitch. His security snitched. His security were ex-police. But the paperwork breaks down, no, Gucci is the one that said it. His security wasn't even in the room. So people will come up with excuses for whoever they favor before they even know the facts, just because they can't let it happen. Yeah. They can't let their idol be on the same
but
level.
But that's not fair. You know what I'm saying? That's not a fair.
We knew Gunna wasn't no gangster when he told
but
the
everybody
first time.
knew that though. That shit been out. That
but you just
out.
said Gunna didn't rap.
I ain't think he did.
Yo, this shit
never
is
listened
crazy.
to it, bro.
Bank, come on, Bank. Come on, Bank.
He had to step in the pool for that bullshit.
Come on, Bank.
He said, y'all knew this, da-da-da. Bank said, yeah, everybody knew that. And then he said, but you said he didn't tell.
Right.
And then he says, well, I don't think he did.
Come on, Bank.
You can't win. You can't win. I don't want to disrespect Bank, you know what I'm saying? But there's like a quote or you know, whatever, when it's like, if you argue with a fool, you become the fool.
Yeah.
If you argue with somebody in denial, what are you doing besides stressing yourself out? Exactly. I'm not saying Bank's a fool, but Bank is in denial.
He for sure.
And clearly it comes from favoritism.
Yeah.
He's not going to go against his own people
in Atlanta
for 6ix9ine.
Nope.
No matter how much it makes sense.
But at the end of the day, bro, wrong is wrong and right is right, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying it's wrong to snitch or whatever, but it's like, that's not the point. The point is that y'all ridiculed this man and tried to tear his career down and everything like that and then when other people do it, y'all celebrate it. And like, you know what I'm saying? And that's not official. It's just not official, bro.
No matter how much proof is put in front of him.
When you sat down with Young Thug, you let him play in your face. You let him lie to you. And I seen where you try to tell him, nah, you did bad. But when you sat with Young Thug, you let him lie to you to control narrative.
Well, lie like what? Bro, you just tell me, bro.
Nah,
you ain't gotta play.
This your interview.
Why I can't pull it up?
It's weird that he's saying this because it's almost like he doesn't want 6ix9ine to play the proof.
Yeah, why I
for
can't
him.
pull it up?
He just wants to be able to have a conversation without the facts. So at that point, it's just going to be based on whose memory is better than the other. 6ix9ine's going to say one thing. Bank's gonna deny it, that ain't how it went. So 6ix9ine's like, well, fuck that. We're gonna rewatch
Let's just watch it.
No, wait, don't do that. YouTube ain't gonna let us. They ain't gonna let us do that. They're not gonna. Well, this whole interview was posted on Bank's channel. Right. It's not on 6ix9ine's channel.
Exactly. So it's your content.
6ix9ine I don't even think has a YouTube channel like that. It's he's doing this shit through Kick or Rainbet or whatever it is. But Bank doesn't want him to show him what actually happened. He just wants to be able to deny it without the proof, which is crazy.
That part of the interview is say, damn, well, you can get these numbers so you can get that information. What information did I give him?
So if the audio is trash because 6ix9ine's playing that on a speaker and it's being recorded, he's basically talking about when Young Thug was in the interrogation room and told the officers, look, I make promises. which was like the biggest red flag out of the entire thing when he sat down with the police. That's what he's talking about right now.
So,
go ahead.
I think Bank might have had somebody sitting there like, hey, if this shit gets bad, call me so we can take a little break.
you say the perfect thing. What makes you think that y'all could trick the police?
Right.
You know what you, hear his answer. Hear this stupid ass answer that he said.
Just, I don't understand that, bro. I don't understand. Man, them bitches is smart. Bro, this is like movies.
That was his answer. You said, what makes y'all think y'all could trick the police? He looked at you dead in your face and said, yo, it's like movies.
But what I supposed to
You need
what
to
I,
say,
what I
hold
supposed
on.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm starting to feel bad for Bank, bro, because I feel like he's up there trying to defend
He
the
like
wrong
between a
people.
rock and a hard place.
If
Man.
I'm being honest with you,
He between a rock and a hard
Bank
place.
kept it. When he asked that question, Bank was keeping it real. He was like, you know, you're facing. Speaking of Thug, you're facing this controversy because.
First of all, let's talk about this. How about this? You a gangster, and you know you did something gangster, and you know you got somebody in jail for something that you did. How about you go in there and be a real gangster and be a real man and say, I'm a gangster, boy, I'm the one shot that nigga. Stupid. I'm the one did it. What? Arrest me. Don't arrest them, arrest me. I go do 30 years. I'm ready. Why you can't do that? Why it gotta be, oh, I tried to spin the police. I tried to do I just don't understand the gangster mindset. I really don't, bro. I don't know.
You're facing. Speaking of Thug, you're facing this controversy because you thought you could spin the police. What makes you think you could spin the police? Like, you should have never had that conversation. And Thug said, movies.
Let's put me and Gucci side by side. I changed the non-Trey Blood's life, right? Gucci Mane changed Pooh Shiesty life. There's videos of Pooh Shiesty right now, not having nothing. Gucci Mane can put in a 1017 chain on him, right or wrong.
Let him cook. He's 6ix9ine did what he did to 9 Trey to them Billies. Gucci Mane's doing what he's doing to them Memphis hitters.
Yeah. But when they turned on me.
A couple years later, Pooh Shiesty robbed you. He made a whole song saying, yo, I put money in your commissary. Y'all did this. You did all that and you still signed to me.
Gucci never said your name, though. You responding to Gucci?
Gucci Mane never said my name.
What's your point? What's the point?
So you can't go and say, yo, I did all this for you. Why you do me wrong if I can't say it?
Okay.
I changed these niggas' life. They was doing me dirty. So why Gucci? You can't make excuse for Gucci and I make
Who
excuse
making
for
excuses
6ix9ine.
for Gucci, though?
Again, what 6ix9ine
no need
is
to make an
attempting to
excuse.
do is what Bank is refusing to do. And I've said this like 1,000 times already in this video. He just pointed out exactly what he's trying to point out.
Yeah.
Gucci's, everybody's like, oh man, Gucci gave them chains, Gucci gave them money, Gucci gave them fame, and then they went and robbed Gucci. Gucci ain't wrong for snitching.
Right.
Well, 6ix9ine changed a whole bunch of Billy's lives that were sitting in Brooklyn and wherever else, broke as fuck with nothing going on, had them traveling the world, had them up on stages, this and that, put jewelry on them, whatever.
Yeah.
Basically let them live a life they would have never lived if not through him.
Right.
And then they kidnapped him, robbed him, did what they did to him, and he snitched, but nobody was coming up with excuses for 6ix9ine. And Bank is refusing to even understand how the two things are exactly the same. It's kind of crazy. Now, we're not going to go through the whole, let me see, how long is it?
It's like 2 hours,
Damn
bro.
near 2 hour interview,
Yeah.
because it's all the same thing.
Yeah.
6ix9ine is just destroying him with the contradictions, but we are going to take a look on Instagram because 6ix9ine posted a clip and Wack 100 actually responded to this interview calling out Big Bank. Now 6ix9ine would say he fucked up the moment he sat down, laughed my ass off. Big Bank ATL, nah bro, you cool my black brother, thanks for the interview.
He come from?
I don't know, bro, because you told on some brothers. You told on some black men, and you're a Mexican probably.
Oh, cool. All right.
That's how nigga probably feel like that nigga talk.
So he
What does
asked
that have
him,
to
where
do
does
with
the hate
anything?
come from? And he's saying it's because he's Mexican and he told black people.
So this is what I'm saying. So I told him some brothers. Who killed Nipsey? A brother.
For sure.
Who killed Vaughn?
For sure.
A brother.
For sure.
Who killed PNB Rock? A brother.
For sure.
Who killed Pop Smoke? A brother.
For
Who
sure.
killed Biggie? A brother.
For sure.
Who killed Tupac? A brother. Who killed Slim 400? A brother. Who
Yep.
killed?
Keep
Bro,
going.
you
I
wanna be Martin
want
King.
shit down, nigga.
No cap. See, that's the problem. And a lot of times, bro, in the black, we our own worst enemy, bro. Don't get mad. Don't get mad when the Mexican or the white man do something to us. We do something to each other all the time. So why would we ever expect another race of people to have respect and admiration for us if we don't have respect and admiration for ourselves? That doesn't make no sense. Now, if black people was kumbaya, we always together, we never turn on each other, we never kill each other, whatever, then okay, cool. But in reality, we should be more angry. If we had a war, if it's black people versus whoever, if we in a war, if it's America versus fucking Russia, and we find out that Americans are killing Americans, we should be more mad at the betrayal than we should be mad at the Russians, because we at war with them anyway. So we shouldn't be mad when the enemy do something to us. We should be more mad when we do something to ourselves, bro. We do something to ourselves. Ain't no white, Mexican, Indian, ain't no other race of people killing our rappers. Ain't no other race of people robbing our rappers. Ain't no other race of people doing this shit. We doing it to ourselves, bro. So how dare we get mad when somebody else do it to us when we do it to ourselves every single day? Literally.
Don't say that.
It doesn't matter though, bro. It doesn't matter. None of that matters until you do it.
Right.
None of that matters because they gonna say, well, that's our business. That has nothing to do with you. That's what I hear when I make videos on people. Well, why are you speaking on us? Why are you speaking on us? Why are you speaking? Well, because it's different when it's somebody else doing it. Now, Wack 100 will post a screenshot saying, I'm glad I've always been a wolf. When I kicked the door in 2021 and interviewed Lil Bro, speaking on 6ix9ine, they ridiculed me. Now they beg the same man for an interview that I told the world I'm gonna do me regardless. 21 Savage, is Big Bank lame for sitting down with 6ix9ine like you said about me?
Right.
I stay ahead of the curve, download and subscribe, right? This person would say Big Bank was paid for this interview, no other way around it. 6ix9ine needed this interview more than Bank. So he's basically saying that as long as you get paid, you can work with 6ix9ine. But if you do it in any other,
but when Kodak Black got paid $4 million, y'all ridiculed him and told him that he was a rat and he was doing this and doing that and doing this. So it's like, I don't know. It's just contradiction after contradiction.
You're lame. And then a lot of other people are agreeing with Wack, saying real shit. Salute Wack, I give you that. 6ix9ine destroyed Bank. 21 gonna duck the question. Facts. I wish Bank never did this shit. So at the end of the day, that's a pretty decent chess move by Wack. Savage, you called me lame for sitting down with 6ix9ine, but now one of the biggest OGs in Atlanta who you've sat down with is sitting down with 6ix9ine. What is the excuse? Because he was paid? Because a lot of people also, including myself, gave Kodak Black a lot of shit for sitting down with 6ix9ine. Kodak Black had just shouted me out at Rolling Loud like maybe 2 years ago or 3 years ago. And right before he shouted me out on the stage, he sat down with 6ix9ine. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, how you gonna shout me out? Because, you know, back then I was affiliated and you were rocking with the Bloods in prison, but then you came home and did a song with 6ix9ine who put away the same Bloods that you were rocking with. And it didn't make sense to me at the time. And you know, he got paid $1 million to do it. And to a lot of people, that sounds fucking amazing. And then now I look at it in 2026 like, damn, you know what? I feel like I owe Kodak Black an apology. That man got $1 million for that shit. And you got motherfuckers walking next to Gunna and Thug.
But who cares about what, why do y'all care about what other people are doing? I don't know, bro. This is like really, I don't understand. I don't understand, bro. I don't understand. Like, even please do not play that little boy in the club, because we do not listen to rats. When have you ever heard a rapper say, please do not play that grown man in the club, because we do not listen to pedos? When did we ever hear that? Why is snitching like the worst thing that somebody could do? I don't get that.
And plenty of other people for free. And then I get any hate for it. And Kodak went and did a song for $1 million, and I was hating on him for that? That's my bad. The fuck wrong with me? Am I gonna deny $1 million to go sit down with 6ix9ine right now?
Feed, bro.
Fuck no. Because what difference is it gonna make on my career? I have people hating on me for exposing rats. I have people hating on me for just speaking on shit because I'm white. It's not gonna make a difference in my career because I'm already hated on without even doing that. Now, Wack would continue with another post saying, 6ix9ine, great job. Keep making these clowns bow down to that which is greater than them. Walk shit down.
Listen, let's walk this shit down. 5 years ago, when I get the call from Act, 6ix9ine want to interview with you. You up for it? For sure. What the streets gonna think about you? Nigga,
I don't care.
The streets.
Right.
When I did it,
I don't care about that. I care about feeding my family and
come on there
and increasing my
say,
career.
Yo, Wack, that was lame. You interviewed 6ix9ine. Everybody talking. When this Valley Ninja kicked the door in. When this wolf chose his own path. And to this day, me and little bro, me and Daniel, 6ix9ine, whatever you want to call him, we straight, we tight, we solid.
Yeah.
Now I look up, Big Bank's go on there. I want to hear all y'all call him a lame.
Right.
Because there's no reason to talk to 6ix9ine. He ain't did nothing new but continue to grow and flourish in his career. It ain't
listen, though, everything is lame to somebody. You know what I'm saying? They literally they call you lame for going to get a damn job and taking care of your daughter. They call you a lame for getting good grades in school and going to college and graduating. Like, everything is lame to somebody. You can't. That's why you can't really concern yourself of other people's opinions. You know what I'm saying? Because everything is lame to somebody. Some people think wearing a polo shirt is lame. Some people think working out is lame. Some people think making a song with somebody who snitched is lame. Okay, I think that's lame. I think it's lame that you care about it. You know what I'm saying? I think it's lame to call me lame. Like, so it's just like everybody got their own opinion, and you can think whatever you want to think. Like, you ain't got to think what I think, but it's like, I'm not going to call no nigga lame because he did an interview with somebody. Like, that's just weird. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people, most people in the world would have listened to like, oh, y'all think I'm lame? Oh, I can't do that then. Oh, I can't. Like, when you really think about it, who really told y'all snitching was lame? Somebody else told you and convinced you of that. You got to think for your own. I think for myself. I don't go based on what other people tell me.
Do this or do this. The people still in jail.
Right.
Mail murder out, ain't said nothing, did nothing, ain't gonna do nothing. Over there trying to figure out where he gonna get his next meal. Listen, man, out there to the kids. What the streets is telling you to do, what you can do, what you can say, what you can't say.
Exactly.
You do what you do.
Do you. The only thing that's lame, the only thing that you could do as a lame is try to be something that you not, or try to fit in, or try to or let somebody else tell you what to think, how to think. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing you could do that's lame. Only thing. Because if you a skateboarder, you love skateboarding, and you let somebody else tell you that skateboarding is lame, and that make you stop skateboarding even though you know you love to skateboard, that's what makes you a lame. You're not a lame because you like skateboarding. You're not a lame because you want to get a job. You're not a lame because you want to cooperate or call the police. You're not a lame because you want to play video games. You're not a lame because you want to eat healthy. You're not a lame because you went to college and got good grades and you studied and you're not a lame because you got out the car when they was going to rob that nigga. You're not a lame because of that. You a lame if you let somebody convince you that you a lame and they make you think something else that you don't even think. That's what makes you lame. Grown ass man, this man 50 something years old and you talking about he a lame. I don't really think he cares, bro. And the nigga 6ix9ine calling him right now. That's crazy.
Yo,
did you watch that shit?
hey, you know what's crazy is if you had FaceTime me right now, I'm literally recording my reaction to the shit. Like right now, my camera's on and everything.
Yeah, bro, I killed him.
Y'all see? So it's like, this is the thing, right? If Big Bank can sit down and speak with 6ix9ine, I can sit down and speak with 6ix9ine. And you know what's crazy is I've had conversations with him on the phone.
Fuck that. Who cares? You can do whatever you want to do. Big Bank don't have to do it for you to be able to do it. You can do whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying? As long as it's nothing morally, like you ain't touching no girls, or you ain't forcing yourself on no girls. You ain't doing nothing with no kids. You know what I'm saying? That's really it, bro. You're not hurting nobody. Like, other than that, bro, I think it's lame to be like, oh wait, let me wait for somebody else to do it, and then once they do it and once it's acceptable, then I'll jump off the porch and do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, be you, bro. Every day of the week, be you, gang. You bitch, be you. Be you. It's 8 billion people in the world. Everybody is their own individual. Be yourself. If you are loud and obnoxious, nigga, be loud and obnoxious. Somebody gonna think you funny. Some people gonna think you annoying. That's okay. That's okay. Be you. Just be you.
And it's nothing like what y'all see on the internet. He very much speaks about God, speaks about being blessed in the situation he's in, and he speaks on karma.
Yeah.
And how a lot of people wanted to see his downfall, his demise.
And they going
and
through a
those
downfall.
same people don't call out people that have literally done the same thing as him. And it's like, I would be lying on behalf of other people if I said, yeah, that doesn't make sense. It does make sense. We all can clearly see people picking sides, choosing favorites.
Exactly.